Greetings. Apart from brush my teeth, I've done nothing. I've not combed my hair, not taken the beard tie out. So, complete opposite of the external reality about looking your best when you appear on camera. Who cares? This is in the moment. I just listened to Julia, Simplicity Revealed channel, and very true what she says about in low voltage, in low vibration, where it can manifest as cold symptoms. When you're at dis-ease within yourself, when you're in conflict between something you believe and presented with new information that creates a sort of imbalance inside, and it takes time to process. But I want to look at the other side, and my experience started yesterday. I had to go out, and I think I'd actually left the building to walk into town, and I hadn't sort of fully come back together. I think I had a coffee before I went. I can't actually remember now. So anyway, 20, maybe 25 minutes later, I'm walking along. I use a stick to walk. Thank you, Serena, for finding that perfect walking stick nature provides. And that was in under 24 hours manifestation. That was perfect. Anyway, so I'm going to a food bank, and I could feel myself overeating, and it's like, oh, there's a sign. So basically, there's a sort of topic. Let's talk about this as in terms of awareness, and awareness of oneself, one's physical avatar. The walk was more exhausting than normal. I don't particularly walk fast, and by the time I got back a few hours later, every muscle, every joint was beginning to sort of throb and ache, and that sort of fiery sensation. The stomach feels like the day before I've either done a parachute jump or climbed up a trail or gone mountaineering, and it feels like all the stomach muscles are pulled. The body feels bruised all over. And there was a time where it's like, oh, I feel really ill. Now it's complete opposite, because I'm certainly not in low vibration. And I thought, here we go again. This is going, even sensations of almost like a cold, is that I can feel a little bit of it up here, but it's not coming to like a streaming cold, but it's certainly come out through the pores in the skin. I've saturated the duvet cover and sheets where I've done a lot of sweating overnight. I feel the achiness has sort of very much subsided. This awareness is all really about listening to what the body is saying to you and interpreting it in the right way. The only thing I've done is just add honey to the coffee. It seems to have a magical effect. I want to sit with this and analyse this whole process. There's the ringing in the ears I'm aware of as well. You've got, I think it's Jupiter went retrograde. I'm not really up on the astrology, certainly no expert on it. But from what I use Adrian Elise Gaia Daily update, so I listen to that, and it confirms what she talks about with the astrology is what's going on internally. So if you're in a high vibration, in high voltage, and you're getting these sort of feelings, it can only mean one thing. It's like, embrace it, go with it. It's stepping into the unknown. It's not life-threatening. I feel ill, but detached from it. I'm able to observe it and just distinguish what is the avatar, the physical body, and what is the real I. It feels very much being, how do I describe it? It's like being a star, and it has a route that goes down to the Christ consciousness part of it, and then it also has like an antenna that goes up to the third eye. It's like a lighthouse with a seat, an observatory, you could say. It's an internal observatory. How about that? So yeah, I've got all the sensations, and it's like I don't feel I should go too far from the toilet today. I don't want to be too graphic, and you may be eating or whatever, but be aware that it's like an internal reset going on. I know this from the sensations and from having this just about the time of the spring equinox, and it's very similar. And I think I made a video saying it's like being a human torch, this fiery feeling, every sort of finger joint and every movement seems really painful and everything aches, but it passes, and it's not an illness. It's a signal from the body, from the avatar, saying rest, to allow the process to happen, and it goes through quicker because the avatar can focus on it adjusting itself. In a way, it ties in with if you have a disease because you have a belief in something and you're presented with new information which would appear to be in conflict with that. It causes an imbalance, and it takes time to process. So likewise, if this is which I feel it is, a cosmic or an astral influence, maybe even a higher self sort of upgrade going on, maybe it's DNA activation, early stages, or a priming for that. That would make sense as well, I feel. So don't feel fear, but embrace it when it's coming in from sort of like a higher aspect upon the avatar. And it's quite an interesting experience to go through. It's not awful. My memory is very much like those French Impressionist paintings. I can remember sensations and feelings, but not the details. And this is very different from as a sort of externally controlled sort of NPC mindset of now focusing on that, oh, I feel ill, and reaffirming and impressing that from the mind onto the body, which obviously makes it feel worse. It's almost ridiculous that we even do or have done that. But if you can be the observer, not just of your thoughts, but of your avatar, it's certainly, the feelings are still there, the achiness is still there, the sort of lethargic feelings, the pulled muscle feelings are still there, but it's detached, so you're not suffering with it. You're just experiencing it. Hopefully that makes sense. So I know from one or two of you I've spoken to, I thought, well, comes back to Ken Wheeler's radio frequency modulation broadcast source analogy. If you're attuned to this more spiritual side of things, then it would make sense that we're picking up on a broadcast. We're on a voltage, a vibration, a modulation that is more open to that frequency. So yeah, we're gonna get this type of communication more, because it's not from anything I've done. It's not from exceptional exertion that I can say, oh, this is why I feel like I've got all pulled muscles. My body aches today because I did this yesterday. Well, it's a process of elimination as well, and don't get emotional over it. Stay detached and process of elimination. Well, have I done anything to contribute to this? What is this? What am I experiencing here? There is something to gain in this. Whoa, that ringing has gone up in the ears again. That all seems tied in. I can't dismiss any of it. I can't say what it is because I don't know. I can only share my interpretations of these things. Anyway, I'm starting to feel a bit exhausted now. I'd love to have done this as a live, but I just don't feel up to it. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. I just noticed 11:11 on there. It's amazing. So I'm going to say ta-ta. See, I can't even say it. Ta-ta for now. Hopefully this will, if you are feeling sort of illness, that by understanding it, even in that will relieve some of the achiness of it and give you another perspective, so you can have that detached observation of what you're going through, and it doesn't feel so bad then. Certainly don't feel grumpy. Hopefully that comes across. Anyway, love to you all, and stay in high vibration.